Good afternoon, Sharon. Anthony here with Almighty Tree Care. I hope your week is going well. I apologize for the delay in getting this presentation over to you. I have completed the job at Highgate. I don't know if you spoke with Ralph, but I figured we'll go over all that first, and then I'll get into the recommendations that I have for your website. So first, I'll show you some before and after pictures of the job. I'll pull up this little tool I got right here. Okay, so on this left side we have the before. It's the same image that you sent me before the job was started. So you see here we have all the tree debris still over the lanai. If we come to the after picture, I pushed it all back past the lanai, so nothing's overhanging the lanai. Then if we go to the other side, again you see on the left side we have the trees hanging over the lanai, and here we have them all cut back on the right side. So I'll add these to the email just so you have them for your record. And then the other thing I wanted to mention before we get into the website is the screen. So this is the middle part of the cage, the roof. When I was cutting it, so normally when I do the cuts, I'll cut small pieces and they'll land on the lanai, but unfortunately I didn't check the top of this roof panel, which it was very old and brittle, so there was no tears in it, but when a piece of the branch fell onto it, where the screen meets the seam, here, let me show you. Where the screen meets the seam along the frame, it tore there, and the piece of the branch came into the yard. So I ended up doing a quick fix of it, just a temporary fix, and I got Ralph, he provided duct tape, so I taped it up. So I will take responsibility because, again, I was working there, so since that issue did happen, I do take responsibility. I've already contacted a couple companies in regards to fixing it. Screens by Essing said that they charge $50 each for the roof section. Now I'm assuming that means just for the labor, so they'll probably have to also add the screen in, which I'm assuming the screen's gonna be probably around $20–25. So probably around $75. Then All Pro Screens is another company. They charge $65 a piece, and they're recommending both screens get replaced, because again, if you notice in this picture, this screen, it's green. It's this one and this one here are both very faded, and they both seem like they needed to be replaced regardless. If you look at these left side screens, you can't really see them much, but they're a little bit darker, so they look like they've actually been replaced more recently than these two. So All Pro Screens is suggesting to replace both panels. So just pretty much just let me know how you want to go about fixing it, and again, I'll take the charge off of what's owed to me for the actual job. But other than that screen popping through, there was no other issues. Everything came down the way it was supposed to, and Ralph seemed pretty happy with the results. So there's that. So with that said, I also am going to need to know how you'd like to pay for the services, for the tree trim service. I can accept Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, check. I have a website, so I could create a payment page. So if you'd like to pay through that, just let me know what's the most convenient way for you to to pay the invoice, and then we'll go from there with that. Now, as far as your website goes, so I have it up right here. It's a very nice website. It's clean looking. The main thing that I've seen is two main things. One is this, it's called a favicon. So let me again pull up this flashlight. This right here, it's the WordPress icon, and it's called a favicon. So I would say you'd want to have like maybe like one of your houses and your logo, replace that. So like if you've seen like over here we have Airbnb, this is Airbnb's icon, favicon. Facebook is a little circle with the F for their favicon. So I would say definitely we should have that updated. And then the other main issue that I've seen as far as functionality goes is when you click on any of the properties, it opens up another page, and this is what happens. Instead of showing more information on the property, it just has this loading. And I've stayed on the page for several minutes and still nothing would load. So those are the two main issues that I see with your site as far as functionality goes, and just to have that professional look with that favicon. The other thing that we could talk about and discuss would be, I guess, just the overall design of it, and what functionalities you want to actually have as far as for your homeowners and for your clients. So the way that, also, sorry, before I get into that, your footer, you have all this stuff here on the left side and nothing on the right. So maybe we could fix that up too if you'd like. Push this contact side over to the right, and just get this a little bit more cleaned up, make it a smaller footer, just so you have that professional look. So now as far as a new design would go, let's see, make a reservation. So this brings to the contact page. Okay, so I did a research. So the way that I research and see your competition, what sites are out there, I'll do something like this: property management Davenport, because that's your area. Now you could do this anyway. You could do property management Orlando, however you want to search to see your competition and how their web presence is. And then I'd go to maps, and we have these 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we scroll down, we have all these J&M management services, Mila Realty Property, Bull Property, Vacation Villas. So I don't see Westridge. Now that would have to do with SEO, search engine optimization, and because if you go, so showing up in the search results is ideal, because when somebody's like how I just put in property management Davenport, if I had a property management company, I'd want to show up. I'd want to be one of the top companies that show up so that people come to me. Now, if we go into Google and just type in Westridge Management, you do have a Google listing or a Google business listing. So your website shows up and you're right here, number 1, Westridge Management. Your Facebook page shows up. Your website shows up. You're on OrlandoTeamManagement.com, so I'm sure they mention you. I haven't checked their website out, so I'm assuming they mention you, or maybe you might be affiliated with this company. But either way, when you do type in Westridge Management, it does pop up. You pop up. But for property management, so that would be so the keyword would be property management. So if somebody types in property management, you want to, and your city, or even if not, even if the person's in Davenport, because the way Google search works is that, so I'm in Kissimmee, so if I type in property management, it's going to show me all property managers for Kissimmee area. Whereas if somebody's in Davenport and they type in property management, so they don't have to type in Davenport. If they're in that geolocation, then your company is supposed to show up. So this has to do with search engine optimization, with marketing, and actually being able to find your website and your Facebook group and your contact information, so that prospective clients and prospective homeowners can actually find you and know what services you offer. But as far as other property managers, what their designs of their websites, we're going to look into that now. So Rental and Realty Group, they have 4.6 stars, 101 reviews from Google, through Google, and here's a link to their website. So we click website, and this is the way that they have a lot of animation, things sliding in, words sliding in. Their Google reviews are right here. They're very proud of their reviews, so they show it right here on the first page. If we keep scrolling down, they have the contact us, their footer. So this is theirs. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's better than your design. There's a little bit more content on there. The animation, it adds to it. So that would be somebody locally. But let's, this is I want to pull up, it's called Luxury Villas Online. This is a property management group here in Florida, in Orlando. And as you can see, they have pictures of Disney on their front slider. Let me get rid of this. And then they have some aesthetically pleasing pictures as their sliders as they go. They have a search calendar to see about booking a vacation house. And then they have, so here the difference between yours and theirs is they separated the information, how much per night for the property, below the image. And then if you click it, the view homes for either one of these, it brings up the information. And this is what I'm assuming your website is supposed to be doing, which it's not doing right now. So we definitely want to take care of that, so that if people do land on your site and they are looking for a vacation rental, and they click on one of your properties, it actually shows them information and gives them a way to get in touch with you or get a quote, so to actually proceed with renting the property during their vacation. Now, this property management company is powered by Cirrus, which is a property management software, which I found here. And I'll add this into the email just so you can see what type of, this is a software they're using, and it gives them a bunch of features. They pay, the company Luxury Villas actually pays for this software. There are software out there that's open source and that you wouldn't have to pay like a monthly fee. We could actually, or we could create one. I have a good amount of knowledge when it comes to design, or to the design of aspects. So I'm really good at the front end, designing how it's supposed to look, making everything aesthetically pleasing looking. With the back end portion, actually having like a client portal and a homeowner portal, I have a good understanding of that as well. Not as vast of a knowledge as the front end portion, but I do have contacts in India who are very good at back end development. So if you did want me to work on something like that, and when I say like the portal, so I'm gonna pull up, here's cozy.co or cozy.com. So cozy.com is affiliated with apartments.com, and this is my portal for my for the house that I rent. I have a payment section, I have a maintenance section where I could actually have maintenance requests. I have an inbox, my application that I submitted when I actually applied for the house, my bank information, a profile, a whole bunch of stuff. So I could sign into this and I could sign out and actually update all my information. Now this goes more towards, I guess, long-term tenants. So I wouldn't really advise this for like this type of portal for your short-term tenants, or your vacation renters. But like, so when I think of that, I think of Airbnb. That's the first company I think about when I sign in. And this is a very nice design. Here we have stays in Davenport. These show all the houses in Davenport. You've got the map on the right with all the prices and all the properties. If you go to their homepage, this is how their homepage looks. It's very, very modern and professional and just state of the art. I would describe it as. So as far as the design goes, I could definitely design things like this. It's I've actually copied this website before while I was in a coding boot camp, and I'm able to actually get, so if I show you just briefly, this is the page source. So this is all the code that is generating this view. So I know how to see this code and how to manipulate it and change things, make this Airbnb something else. For example, Westridge management. But apologize, lost train of thought. But yeah, so I love Airbnb's design aspect as far as just getting the information about Airbnb and what it actually is. And then they have, so here's my profile. If I go to I guess messages, I have a message section. So this is the messages that I've had with rooms or houses that I've booked. I have a trip section, and of course a host, which it says right here, become a host, their portal would look different. And see, and this is something that Airbnb shows to information on becoming a homeowner. So it's just, it takes a lot of the work. If you set up your online presence correctly, it takes a lot of work out of actually speaking with new homeowners or speaking with past homeowners, speaking with new clients, and not even clients, but vacationers and people that are looking to rent homes. And it gives them, your website should be access to them so that they could come on there and a new client could say, hey, I see your house is available. I wanna rent it for the first week of January. I see this house is available. I'll be in Florida, so I'm gonna click on the calendar. I'm gonna reserve it. I'm gonna pay for it, and I know that when I get there, I'll be good. After I pay for it, I could sign into my account. I could contact you. I could talk to you. I could message you, say, hey, are there any special rules? How do I get into the door? Is there a door combination? And it's very user friendly, and it makes your company just really shine as far as usability goes and the customer service aspect of it. And even without, on the other spectrum, not just talking about the vacationers, but your homeowners, if they have something that they could go in and say, oh, sign in, and okay, I have people in my house, staying in my house from this date to this date, I could expect this payout. Or however, I'm not exactly sure how you run your property management company, but these are just things that you could think about. Now, you are using WordPress, so and I'm sure you're using some type of theme. I have looked at a couple themes, so if you wanted to stay with WordPress, so this is a theme that I found. It has the search. It looks it's a very nice looking theme. This would be very easy for me to implement. So that's one theme. It's called Villaggio. So if you wanted to stay with WordPress, which I am very vast experience in WordPress, but if you wanted to get that look of Airbnb, this is all custom. This is custom work. So custom coding and pretty much making it without having WordPress as what runs your website. So really, you have lots of options. Like I said, I am well versed in the front end design aspect. If you want to stick with WordPress, it's a lot easier for me because I do have vast knowledge. But if you wanted to make something custom, as far as like how Airbnb looks, or if we look at a vacation, or actually I know another one, HomeAway.com. So again, this would be, and now they're VRBO, I guess, so they've changed, they're not HomeAway no more. But again, this is all custom, so something that you could always do to see if a website, so I'm copying VRBO. If I go to what technology is this site, if I paste in VRBO and look it up, it tells me all this information here. Widgets, language, HRF, frameworks. So this is actually using Adobe Enterprise Cloud, which is actually very expensive. I think it's like in the thousands of dollars price range a year to use. But here you see PHP, which WordPress is created using PHP, but also sites like VR. So you won't see WordPress here. You see PHP and Perl. Now, if we go and we put in, let's put in westridge management.com. Here we'll see WP Gallery, which is WordPress, WordPress plugins. This is WordPress. So WordPress again is made with PHP, but it's actually it's called a CMS, content management system. So it's PHP, but a lot of the work is done using the front end. So basically when, let's see, let me pull up. So when I say the front end, honestly, I can't remember this, but you have a login like this to get into your WordPress site. And then when you go in, you have that dashboard, you have the list, you have your pages. So you create everything through that dashboard. Whereas custom PHP, such as what VRBO is using and Airbnb uses, that code is not, or these pages aren't created through WordPress. They're created like, let me see. If I click, this is a code editor, and if we go to open, add project folder, so sites like HomeAway or VRBO and Airbnb are made like this. So you have these files, which WordPress is file structure just like this, but there's just certain files where it makes it so that you can actually customize and create the website through that dashboard on the internet, on your website in WP-login. Whereas these custom sites, it'd be created like how I have this project right here, this whole project, which is FSM, which stands for Field Service Management, and it's basically a program that I was creating to manage my tree company. As far as speaking with my clients and setting up services for them, it's still being produced, but all the code is actually created, and it makes the website through this code. That's how I create the website, is through the code. So that's how you make custom websites such as Airbnb and HomeAway. So if you wanted to look like that, if that's what you wanted to do, it's definitely something we could discuss and talk about, and actually see which features you want to incorporate, as far as what your clients are able to use, if they have a portal, or if you just want your website to just be a contact base. So if a new homeowner finds your site, they're looking for a new property manager to manage their house, they just want to contact you. So maybe you just want an aesthetically pleasing page and you just want to contact me, I'm a property manager, this is what I do. Then I would say stick with that WordPress. Of course, you could upgrade the designs, it could still be something nice like this. But if you don't want them to have like a portal to log into and be able to manage their homes and talking to the vacationers, then using WordPress would be perfect for that. I would say let's upgrade the design, make it a little bit more modern, maybe a design like this, the Villaggio design. This is the Best Deals design, which again, they all have like where you can search how many rooms. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's more geared towards the vacationer, not the homeowner. But when you have the design like this, we could always create a page for the homeowners that similar to how Airbnb has a host your own home or become a host, and this is their page, which it's under host/homes, and they say give us information, and then you could list your property. Whereas maybe you just wanted to say, hey, give me your information and tell me about your property, and then we'll get together, and then you could get together with them offline and actually get their property listed on your website. And again, that'd be if you were using WordPress. Now I know this is a lot of information. Here's another site. This is a WordPress site. I like it a lot because it has that video as the background. Of course, this is a different city, but I do like that aspect that before you start scrolling down and seeing more of the website, you have that video in the background. I think it's very modern and very professional looking. Instead of just a plain, not plain, but instead of just an image. So again, I know this is a lot of information, and there's lots of different avenues that you could actually go to depending on how you envision your website to be. I would love to speak more to you about this and just answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to end this now. That this has ended up being a little bit longer than I had expected it to be. If you stuck with me this whole time, I hope I've showed you some interesting things to open the conversation up and be able to assist you with your website and furthering that aesthetically pleasing professional look. If you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. And again, just let me know about the payment, how you want to handle the payment, which form you want to do, and if you need my assistance with getting that screen fixed, I could continue contacting these screen repair guys and get that screen repaired for Ralph. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Look forward to speaking soon. Bye-bye.